Alright, so this is going to be a video of me going over um, Born Again Barbarian's video when he covered the Trump assassination. He's one of the only ones that gave this take. And um, I remember when this first happened, a lot of people were going crazy about it. Well, first, when I heard Trump got assassinated, that's all I heard. I was like, oh wow, did they actually kill him? But I instantly knew if he actually survived, I knew it was staged right off the get go. Now, if he didn't survive, then maybe there was credence to maybe he was actually trying to help out this country and do good things. But the second after I looked into it and I watched the video, I instantaneously knew that it was staged. Now, when I say staged, that ruffles people's feathers. Whenever somebody says, "Oh, this event is staged," you get people, "Well, this person died, so how could this be staged?" And it's just like, hey, well, if you understand how Satanists work and Satan's in control of our governments and the media and everything, if you know how this works, they they stage events long in advance, and they don't care if people die. That's the thing. Like they don't value human life. That's just the name of it. Like for example, when 9/11 happened, that was staged. That was planned a long time ago. I mean, you can even fold the dollar bill. You can fold the 1, the 5, the 10, the 20, and I believe the $50 bill. And if you fold them all the same way, it shows a sequence of events. Like it shows the tower standing, then it shows a tower with a plane coming towards it. Then the next dollar bill shows the plane crashing, and then the tower smoking, and then the tower's falling. So like all this stuff is occultic. They control everything, and this is what they do. Now, obviously, a lot of people died that day, but like 3,000. Do you really think they care? No. And what was the whole goal of 9/11? To get us into the Middle East, to start advancing Satan's agenda, which is to basically empower Israel and install the New World Order in Israel and get the Israeli government, the synagogue of Satan, to get Israel's government to use America's military prowess to advance their agenda for the greater Israel. Now, again, there are good Israeli people there. We're supposed to pray for them, and it doesn't mean we hate Jews. God's coming back for the Jews. But there are a lot of evil people that control, like globalists, they control Israel, just how they control all the governments. And God will have to come back and save them. But this, I knew it was a staged event, especially when I watched the video. I was like, oh my God. And then, I had people in my family going, oh my gosh, Trump, he's a warrior and all this. And then when they had the Republican convention with him with the bandage on his ear and everything, uh, showing that, like that he got the wound and the bullet, quote unquote, pierced his ear, and everyone was watching him in his speech, and they're like, "Oh, he's a changed man. He sounds like he's got humility in his voice now." Guys, they play people like a fiddle. That was completely staged. There is no way that bullet grazed his ear. That's not how this works. But let's watch this video.
I believe that this Donald Trump assassination attempt is an occult ritual. A ritual that was done for the fifth kingdom. And I'm going to be bringing out some other information throughout the video here. But you see, the fifth kingdom, which I've preached about in the Bible, prophesied in the book of Daniel, that there would be 5 kingdoms, 5 world governments. And the last of these 5 kingdoms would be a mixture of iron and miry clay. The iron is a reference to the Iron Legions of Rome. The miry clay, there's only one other reference to miry clay in the entire King James Bible, and it's a reference to Israel. Man is clay, but when man gets mingled and mixed up, which Israel has been doing for thousands of years, marrying other people that they weren't supposed to marry, and there's one other reference to miry clay, and it's to a reference to Israel. Israel is miry clay now in God's sight. And here's where it gets very important. When I first saw this assassination attempt, I saw all the problems with it. I thought about the improbability of being able to be hit in the right ear. And I thought, I don't know how you could get a bullet to go through there. And I started questioning it and whatever. And I said, maybe it was blading. You know, he got a little razor blade out and cut it or something.
Very, very improbable. And the thing is, too, they did this also to make him a martyr and to mimic Jesus. Jesus was persecuted all the time. There was attempts at his life all the time leading up to his crucifixion. And yeah, that's that. And then the same thing with Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, what did they do to him? There was assassinations attempts against him. There was even a movie about it. There was many assassination attempts. I know there's the one main specific one, the Valkyrie one, I think. There was a movie on it. But they made him out into a martyr too, to garner more support and get people behind him. But that's why they do these assassination attempts, these staged ones, on purpose, to get people to rally behind that person, because it makes everyone you know, trusting him more, because they think that the bad guy's on their side, when in reality it's not what's going on. It's all deception.
Believe that way anymore. I was waiting till the Band-Aid came off. The big thing there that he had on at the Republican National Convention, then a smaller one, and now it's just off. And there are different, news reports and things. I'll put some stuff up here showing the proof of it, where they're saying there's no damage to his ear. Very curious. The official doctor for the White House came out and he said that it left a 2 centimeter in diameter hole. That would be noticeable. Okay. My wife, she has the holes in her ears from where she once had earrings. She doesn't wear earrings anymore. But you know what? The holes didn't go away. I've seen people that had the big holes, they put the big, huge pieces of wood or whatever through their ears, and they take those out. They don't go away. The hole's still there. Give you another one to think about. Evander Holyfield, many years ago, he was boxing Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson bit his ear. Bit the top of his ear off. You can see the pictures. Sorry, it's a little bit gross here. But his ear still looks like that now, many years later. And they do little photo ops together, Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, and they kind of laugh about it and joke about this thing that happened. Okay, whatever. All's well that ends well in Hollywood, It's all part of the staged events and whatever else. Sure, absolutely. But they're all on the same team, like pro wrestling. But the point is, when you get an ear injury, it doesn't just magically disappear. Well, then what was the whole assassination attempt thing about? I believe that it is a ritual that was done. And let me explain that ritual. I love my viewers. I have some really good viewers. Some of you are very deep students of the scriptures, and you come up with some things that I'd miss. And one of you talked about the fact that, there's a couple of you actually, but I saw the one comment, and one of you said about this thing of back in the book of, I think it's Leviticus, where it talks about how that the priest, when he would be the sons of Aaron, when they were sanctified for the work of the priest.
Look at this. Leviticus chapter 8, verse 23 through 24. And he slew it, and Moses took the blood of it and put it upon the tip of Aaron's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put up the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. What happened with that assassination attempt? He had the blood on the right ear, blood on his hands, and miraculously his shoes fell off. I mean, come on. Wake up. Wake up and smell the roses. This is what happened. And again, these aren't real Jews that are behind this. Satan is in control of these people that call themselves Jews. Like, they're not even following the act. Like, they're following parts of it, but then they're not using actual goat's blood or anything like that. I think he popped a blood packet. To be honest, it looks like it when you watch the video. It looks he goes to grab his ear and then presses up against it, and that's I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He popped a blood packet, and then miraculously, like, the blood just stops gushing too, which that doesn't make any sense either. But the whole point of this is because they're anointing this guy. That's what they're doing. They're anointing him for the role of the antichrist. That basically what that was. It was turning him into a martyr, and also initiating him because he's the man for the job.
That they had blood put on the tip of their ear. I'll show you a picture of it here. Now, just seeing this picture, and seeing Trump there with the
And notice too, the blood looks like the tongue of a serpent as well. And we all know who the serpent is. That's the devil.
his ear, on his right ear, that gave me chills seeing that. You say, oh, come on, it's just some kind of little weird thing that they did, if in fact it was staged or whatever else. Yeah, but here's the problem. Why would he have basically this weird occult ritual to have blood put on his right ear? Why? Because I believe he's getting ready to do some sacrificing. And you see, it actually started with the sacrifice of an innocent individual that died at the rally, that was actually shot. He was the target. Maybe not in the sights or whatever else, this firefighter guy or whatever that died, maybe he wasn't intentionally shot, but the bullets that went out into the crowd killed him, an innocent man. And Trump, on the other hand, I don't believe for 1 minute that there was a bullet that hit him in the ear. Not for 1 minute. It would have left a scar, and I mean, you could say whatever you want to say. Well, no, it's possible, and it was just a mistake. The bullet, he went for his head, and it went off to the side, and Trump moved his head at the right time, and it went through I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I think it's nonsense. And you can do your little virtue signaling. Well, there was a guy that died in the crowd. Yeah, that was the sacrifice. The first sacrifice, showing the sacrifice of a good man, an innocent man that had to die for this new system that's being brought in. And the sons of Aaron would get the blood put on their right ear, and then on their right thumb, and then on their right toe. Now, I don't know, but what if Trump had a little bit of blood put on his right thumb and on his toe, and that's why his shoes were off?
There's no other reason his shoes come off. That's another dead giveaway.
And isn't it interesting that who was the first leader to come and visit Trump and to inspect the ear and everything else? And you can see him going like this before this leader. Oh, that would be Benjamin Netanyahu. Another little New York City people Uden, little boy there from New York City that went over and he's ruler of Israel now. Do you understand the fifth kingdom? Do you understand what's going on there? The merger of the Romans and the miry clay, iron and miry clay, part weak, part strong. What if Donald Trump has been ordained to be a priest that will cause massive ritual sacrifice coming up?
Yeah, anybody that doesn't take the mark of the beast will be sacrificed.
That's what I believe is going to happen. And that's why I believe that they're trying to quickly just, oh, let's forget about it and whatever else. More distractions are coming. They're going to distract the American people so that you don't think about what they did and all the stuff that doesn't line up and everything else. Oh, well, what about the shooter? What about the Secret Service? Why didn't they understand? Who was Thomas Crooks really? Why was it that there were lies about him? Why is he in a BlackRock commercial? Why is this? Why is that? All this other stuff. Focus on what matters with this. Trump said that he had blood all over his right hand when he went like this and he brought his hand down before he went down. You look at the video, which is being scrubbed from the internet, by the way. I saw a guy did a thing where he asked artificial intelligence about the Trump assassination attempt. Oh, we're sorry, we don't understand. We don't have any information on that issue. I have to balance this thing. Here I have a hat above my camera to keep it dry. But they're purposefully getting rid of this information. Very interesting. And another one of you, my good viewers out there, another one of you brought up this thing of the Abraham Accord or Alliance or whatever else. And I'm going to end this little walk and talk thing here. And we're going to go to the office. And I'm going to look up some stuff on it. I actually did a video on that. And I'm forgetting what all was done and what all was said and whatever. But Trump definitely has a tie into the nation of Israel. And they're going to be doing some major stuff here with war and with whatever else, trying to expand Israel's power and Israel's territory.
And that's exactly what's happening now. The war in Syria, the fall of the Syrian government, the war against Hezbollah, prepping for war against Iran. I mean, the Gaza war, all these things.
And they're going to use the American people to do it. And a lot of Americans are going to die. I will promise you that. And unfortunately, because Trump has helped to destroy the moral character of the people of America, we have presidents now that use profanity. They never used profanity in the past. That was too low for a president of the United States. And but they're going to use this man to bring this nation down. And the American people, their morality, I should say, is pretty much completely compromised and destroyed and ruined. So we're going to be doing the end part of this video is going to be about this whole Abraham Alliance thing and whatever that they signed years ago when Trump was in for the first regime. And so I'm going to head to the office now and we'll get that done. All right, in this section, I want to talk about this issue right here. The Antichrist peace treaty has not been signed. I did this video 3 years ago. Kind of interesting because I'm wearing...
And that's true. That was just the Abraham Accords that Trump was behind. That's all setting the groundwork for the 7-year tribulation. He will really actually sign a peace treaty between them. But all the chess pieces are in place. This man, he's him. This is the Antichrist. A lot of people won't tell you that, because most of their family members or friends are Trump supporters. Most people that call themselves Christians aren't saved. And most people that have large followings that are Christians, they don't want to lose their followings because they know a lot of people are Trump supporters. It just is what it is. But that's why I came on here to try and help expose this stuff. So hopefully you like this video. This is part 7, I believe, of why Trump is the Antichrist.